Okay, well, let's head over to the team hotel. I'm delighted to say we've got Jack O'Connor with us. Jack, good morning to you. How are you?
Well, I was often healthier, but I'm feeling happy. How are you?
Tell us a little bit about the feeling in the immediate aftermath, because you talked a good bit about the pressure that the team were under. So is it relief? Is it joy? How does it compare?
It's a mixture of everything, really. To be honest with you, this team have been under pressure, and I think that possibly showed, particularly in the first half yesterday. I think we just were a bit unsettled and snatching at chances and that. I mean, we kicked 6 or 7 wides before Galway had a wide, and I think that was the story of the first half. We were happy enough that in general play we were doing well, but we certainly weren't composed enough up front. So it was a case of just getting them into the dressing room and settling things down. And I think they showed that we kicked 13 points in the second half, which is good going.
You said in the post-match press conference there was a few yahoos in the halftime team talk. What did you say?
No, we won't be going into that now. Look, sometimes, we're normally fairly composed in the dressing room, and there's never any loud talking or shouting or anything like that. But I felt that the boys were a bit lethargic yesterday. Maybe you don't use that kind of a tactic very often, but sometimes it's needed. That fellas just need to just go at the game. I thought there was a way more in us, and look, that showed in the second half. Because Galway didn't go away. We needed to play very, very well in the second half to win that game, because Galway just kept at it, and they went 2 points up. We pegged them back. They'll go back up again, and look, off the top of my head, there was nothing in that game until the last 5 minutes when we got a couple of scores to pull away.
Yeah, the intensity of your play in the last 5-6 minutes was at a higher level than Galway's, and there was probably a few goal chances for you as well. So that was the team being calm in the clutch moments. What do you put that down to?
Look, the team, this group of lads are maturing. I mean, there's been, as I said to you earlier, there's been a lot of near misses over the last few years, and over the years, and particularly this year, I think that they proved that they could win tight games. I mean, the Dublin game was a big landmark moment for this group, really and truly. And like when push came to shove yesterday, we had that to fall back on. That was a game that we could very easily have lost. And I mean, it did take a remarkable kick at the end to win it, but it was the way that we hung in there when the game was going against us in the second half against Dublin, with all the momentum and the wind behind them and the hill behind them. That was a defining moment for the group, I feel.
Because it's funny, people talk about experience and how Kerry were more experienced than Galway, but some of that experience was actually losing big games. An All-Ireland final replay, an All-Ireland final against the Dubs in 19 as well, where that could have been something that was more traumatic, and that's potentially why the semi-final was so important, because that was the exorcism of some of those ghosts, was it?
Possibly, yeah, possibly. I mean, my last All-Ireland final was 11 years ago in 2011, and we lost an agonising. We had suffered an agonising defeat that day. Stephen Cluxton's famous free. That was a very, very tough one. Did we learn from it? I tell you something. The one thing you learn is that it doesn't go away from you. Those games that you lose like that, they stay with you. They stay with you in a way that the wins don't even stay with you. So if you can't learn from that kind of stuff, you'll never learn.
And so therefore this team, when you say they're maturing, their game management is maturing, their understanding of how to win games and what's required, particularly down the stretch, is maturing. How do you work on that? What over the course of the year, when did you feel that was happening?
Well, I think the league is a very important competition now. Anybody who has ambitions of winning the championship needs to, be road tested in the league, and the league in many ways is a simulator for the championship. And we had some great results and some tough games this year in the league. We had a game down in Tralee in the month of February where we beat Mayo by a point on a very bad night with a huge crowd in Astastag Park. I think there was maybe 10 or 12,000 there. That was a game that I felt we could refer back to many times afterwards, and we had a tough game above in Armagh. We won a tight game there. We won a couple of more tight games, and all that feeds into the confidence and the belief that when push comes to shove, you find a way. And that's what he did against Dublin and again yesterday.
One last thing, can you talk to us a little bit about the influence of Paddy Tallys on the game plan and how that evolved over the course of the year?
Look, Paddy is a top class coach, and we've had great fun this year. Maybe Paddy does things a little bit different to the way we do things down in Kerry, but the balance we got in the management, I think, was very important and crucial. I mean, Mike and Dermot are great brains for the game as well, and we all contributed to coaching, but Paddy was just a little bit different. I think he just brought the balance to the coaching ticket that we needed.
Because the defensive record is sensational. 1 goal in championship conceded and an absolute worldie from Cormac Costello to score that.
Yeah, and I just said after the game yesterday to the written press that anytime Kerry don't concede goals, you have a chance, because we do have forwards that can kick points. And I mean, 20 points will win you a lot of games once you don't concede a goal or two, and that was the same story yesterday.
Jack, I know you don't like blowing smoke up people's asses down in Kerry, and you've seen the best of them. Where does David Clifford rank?
Look, he's a remarkable young lad in many ways. That the weight of the kingdom is on his shoulders. The weight of expectation. And the way he handles himself, the way he always comes up in the big games and in the big moments is just remarkable. I mean, after the game yesterday, just for the crack, I went over to the corner of the Cusick and the hill to have a look at where he kicked that free from. That was a remarkable free. Don't anyone tell you otherwise. That was in Maurice Fitz territory, that free, because it was an absolutely crucial score. I thought that gave us the breathing space. That was right out towards the sideline into a very tricky crosswind into Hill 16, so that was some kick. But look, he's just a remarkable man. He's blessed with a temperament where he rises to the big occasion. It doesn't get the better of him, and sure, that's a great gift.
It feels like this is the start of something for this team, that a dam burst. You talked about Cluxton's free being your last time there as a manager. It feels like there's a similar level of talent in this group.
Similar level of talent to
the
Dublin team, you're saying?
Yeah.
Look, I wouldn't be making those claims because that Dublin team was obviously the greatest team of all time. With some of the greatest players ever. I wouldn't be making those claims. No, I'm just hoping that this win will lift that burden of pressure off these Kerry players, and that they can go on and achieve more success. But we won't be making any big claims. We'll enjoy this one. This is a sweet one, and we'll enjoy it. And sure, look, we'll dust ourselves down after a couple of months and see where we go.
Well, look, we'll let you go. Thanks a million for joining us this morning, Jack. Cheers.
Thank you.
It's, Jack O'Connor obviously very happy there.